Emily. Today I'm going to talk to you about Down syndrome. Down syndrome is a diagnosed disability. It's most noticeable by the distinct facial features that they have. They also have many intellectual disabilities and developmental delays. They also are very prone to thyroid and heart disease as well. So the physical effects of Down syndrome would be the almond eyes, which is the most noticeable feature on somebody. They also have flatter faces, especially with their nose, so they're kind of almost squished in a little more than a typical person. They have smaller ears, and their tongue sometimes sticks out of their mouth a little bit. They have smaller hands and feet. That just comes with being a smaller person. Their pinkies sometimes curl towards their thumb, and they have really low muscle tone, just like we can kind of see definition on our arms and our legs, and they just don't have as much muscle as us because it's harder for them to do things as such, like work out and things like this. So they also have very loose joints. Many of them do like gymnastics and stuff like that because they're very flexible due to that. They are short in height, and they have short necks and a smaller head than us. But you can still kind of see that they're pretty similar to us. They're very typical. It varies between different children or different adults how bad it is. Not how bad, but yeah, the severity of it varies. So the mental symptoms of someone diagnosed with Down syndrome would be it affects their ability to think, reason, understand, and be social. It takes them longer to meet goals, such as when they're a child, it may take them longer to walk, to crawl, or to begin talking. This comes with the lack of social skills that most of them have, and they also are prone to behavioral problems. Because of the lack of social skills, they tend to have problems expressing themselves, so they act out in ways that a typical person would not. They sometimes become obsessive or impulsive about things, and they just don't pay attention as very well. So they also are prone to very many health conditions because they have pretty low immune systems. They have lots of hearing loss due to fluid backup. They have heart problems, and sleep apnea is very common. It's when your breathing stops and restarts during sleep. That's actually treatable. So as long as they get therapy, they can actually improve that and fix that. So eyesight, most of them are born with spots on their eyes, so eyesight becomes a problem over the years. So most of them wear glasses, something like that. And then they're more likely than a typical person to have blood conditions because they usually have low iron, so they have a lot higher chance of getting leukemia, which is a blood cancer. They often have dementia later in life, so they can lose memory and mental skills. They get infections often just due to their weaker immune systems, and sometimes they're overweight, again due to that lack of muscle tone and stuff like that. So in conclusion, the physical side effects are more obvious. They struggle to meet developmental goals. Easy things that we would think nothing about is more difficult of a task for someone diagnosed with Down syndrome. So health conditions, that's all due to lack of a weak immune system, and they all vary in severity. There's no telling early on like what exactly will impact someone due to that, and some hold jobs, some have romantic relationships. Some people diagnosed with Down syndrome can even live on their own, but most are not able to without some help. So there's no treatment technically, but there's no cure, but self-care and therapy can do world of wonders and really help to bring them meaningful lives and a chance to reach their full abilities.